Today, I'd like to share a tip from one of my favorite authors when it comes to understanding the hidden forces that shape the way people think. The author's name is Dan Ariely, and I'm going to share a tip from this book, Predictably Irrational, called The Endowment Effect. And essentially, what the endowment effect is about is it says that people value what they own more than what other people have. And that basically ownership shapes how we in fact see the world. Kind of comes out of this study they did at Duke University. They have a basketball team at a very small stadium, and so they go through a lottery program that is very arduous to get tickets for a particular game. You might have to go through a lottery. Your number gets picked, and then you have to camp outside, and it's going to be you have to be in the line. It might be 4 hours that you're waiting or longer before they announce the next sequence, and then depending on where you are in line, only so many people can go in. At the end of the day, it's a rather tedious task to get those tickets. But now what they did in this test is they said, now once you won one of these tickets through the lottery and through the efforts that you did have, the next question is they asked people who had the tickets how much they would be willing to sell those tickets for, and asked people who didn't have the tickets but were in line but didn't win the lottery how much they were willing to pay. And the irony was it was a vast difference. Buyers were willing to pay as much as $170 for those tickets, but sellers wouldn't sell unless they received, on average, $2,400 for those tickets because they own them. So how can you, as a business owner, take advantage of this endowment effect that we all have? And so a great way to do that is to give your prospect some degree of ownership. Let them build it into their life for a little bit, and then they're much less likely to give it up because it's part of them. So offer a free 30-day trial. I remember when we signed up for HBO, it was like 30 days free HBO. We started watching various HBO shows. This was way back in the days of Sopranos or whatever. And then the next thing you know was like, oh, well, your free trial ends. Oh, wait a minute, I can't live without it. So I ended up, purchasing the HBO subscription. Another way I see this happen, a few years ago, shopping for a car, and of course the dealer, we're going to Kansas to Keys, says, take it home. Go ahead, take the kids out. So we took the car home. We had loaded the kids up in the back. This was a Cadillac at the time. Loaded the kids up in the back of our DeVille. We took them out to ice cream. Do you know what I mean? My kids saw their friends out there. They waved from the car. We drove up the driveway. The neighbors waved at us. Ooh, Imke's must have got a new car, or whatever the case is. It was in our parking or driveway all night long. Those kinds of things. So we ended up bringing the car back the next day. It was really kind of hard to give up that car. We ended up buying it. Okay, it's another way to leverage the endowment effect. So if you can take whatever you're selling and make it part of the prospect's life for a short period of time, that makes them absorb that into their normal life, and it feels ownership. And the endowment effect says, once I own it, I place a much higher value on that than if I didn't own it and I just wanted to go ahead and buy that. So I hope this is a good tip for you. If you find this helpful, please go to SteveBizBlog and check out some of our other tips.